Have you ever found yourself pausing, wondering if you should say so good or such a good? Hey, you are definitely not alone. It's one of those little things in English that trips a lot of people up. But don't worry. In the next few minutes, we're going to make this whole thing crystal clear. And you'll be using so and such like you've been doing it your whole life.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll tackle the confusion head-on. Then we'll get the simple rule for so and unlock the secret to using such with nouns. After that, we'll have a little side-by-side showdown, do a quick practice round, and finish with your final can't-forget takeaway. Let's jump in.
Okay, first step, the confusion. Let's talk about why these two little words can be, well, so confusing for so many of us.
Let's just put it right out there with a classic example. This is so good cake. Or, this is such good cake. One of them probably sounds just a little off to you, right? Well, by the time we're done here, you're not just going to know which one is correct. You're going to know exactly why it's correct. And that's the real game changer.
Okay, moving on to section 2, the simple rule for so. To make this easy, we're going to put such aside for a moment and just focus on so, and it's one simple job.
So here's the deal with so. It's actually super straightforward. Its whole purpose in life is to pump up an adjective or an adverb. That's it. You can think of it like a volume knob or a turbo booster. It just attaches to a word like good or fast and gives it more power. The most important thing to remember here, so doesn't care about nouns at all.
Let's see this in action. The movie was so good. See, so is just hanging out with the adjective, good, or he speaks English so fluently. This time it's boosting the adverb fluently. You see the pattern, right? So fast, so difficult. It's always so plus an adjective or an adverb. No noun in sight.
All right, on to section 3. Let's unlock the secret of such. Now, if so was all about adjectives and adverbs, well, I bet you can guess what such is all about. Yep, nouns.
And here is the magic formula for such. It's used to introduce a noun, or more often, a whole group of words with a noun at the end. The pattern you're going to see over and over is such a or such an something something, and then the star of the show, the noun. If a noun is the main event, you should be thinking such.
Okay, let's see how this plays out. Look at this. It was such a good movie. What's the final most important word in that phrase? Movie, a noun. And that's why we need such. Or how about she is such a talented singer? Again, it all comes down to that noun, singer. The rule is pretty solid. If there's a noun phrase, you're going to use such.
Okay, section 4. This might be my favorite part. It's the side-by-side showdown. This is where everything is really going to click into place. Let's put so and such in the ring together and see what happens.
Now here is the really cool thing. You can often express the exact same idea using either so or such. They're not enemies. Think of them as just different tools for the same job. You just have to tweak the sentence structure a little bit.
Check this out. On the left, we've got our so sentences. The weather is so nice. Simple. So plus an adjective. But look to the right. To say the same thing with such, we have to bring in the noun. It is such nice weather. Let's try another. The cake was so delicious. To switch it up, we add the noun. It was such a delicious cake. You see that simple transformation? With so, you stop before the noun. With such, you've got to include the noun.
All right, you've seen the rules, you've seen the showdown. I think it's your turn. Section 5. Let's practice. Time for a quick little quiz. You ready?
Okay, first question. Fill in the blank here. The music is blank loud. What's it going to be? So or such?
And the answer is so. Why? Because loud is just an adjective all by itself. There's no noun tagging along. Easy peasy. The music is so loud. Okay, next up. It was blank, an exciting day. Take a close look at the words here. What's the big clue? You got it. It's such. And the big giveaway, of course, is the noun right at the end, day. We've got a whole noun phrase, so we need such. It was such an exciting day. All right, last practice round. You have blank, a beautiful home. So or such. And it has to be such Of course it is, because you see that lovely noun, home, right at the end of the phrase. You have such a beautiful home. See? You're a natural at this.
Okay, we are at the finish line. Section 6, your final takeaway. Let's boil everything we've talked about down into one super simple can't forget rule.
Look, if you forget everything else from today, just remember this one thing. This is the core pattern. You use so when you're only dealing with an adjective or an adverb. Think so good, so quickly. But you use such when there's a noun in the phrase. Think such a good day. That's it. So for adjectives, such for nouns. It's the golden rule.
And there you have it. So let's circle all the way back to that very first question. This is so good cake or this is such good cake? Well, now you know for sure. Cake is a noun, so it has to be this is such good cake. You're officially a pro. So now the only question left is, how are you going to use so or such in a sentence today? Go on, give it a try.